Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. A motorcycle accident, a broken hand, hammer and chisel, amazing results. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com, and founder of Team Power Blast. Today, I'm doing another interview. Amazing results keep pouring in with Hammer and Chisel. I've got my buddy David Salone on the line, and I'm going to switch over to the interview. And man, the story of where he's come from and what he's done with Hammer and Chisel, even despite a motorcycle accident, pretty amazing. Let's get to the interview. All right, hey everyone, I've got David Salone on. He absolutely crushed it in our Hammer and Chisel group. So welcome to you, David.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So you had some great results. We just finished, I think somewhere in December, we started Hammer and Chisel, and we just got done with it. And crazy awesome program, but I'm going to let you just kind of share your journey. I know you had been a long time P90Xer, had an unfortunate accident. Maybe you can tell us that and how you ended up going into Hammer and Chisel and what your results were like.
Well, certainly. Thank you, first of all, Perry, for having me on. I went through, like Perry said earlier, I did 6 rounds of P90X. They were all back-to-back rounds. And I enjoyed the program. I absolutely fell in love with P90X. But then after that, I sort of, started mixing P90X with some gym workouts. Typically what I usually like to do is I'm a big-time motorcycle rider in the summer, so I like to ride a lot. And so in the summer of 2014, I was on my way to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and had a really, really nasty motorcycle accident. And I was ran off the road by an 18-wheeler. The guy just came over on top of me. He changed lanes without paying attention, and I was in the middle of the truck. If you could just visualize a motorcycle halfway, passing a truck, but you're halfway, in between the truck. And so when he came over in my lane, to make a long story short, I ended up in a ditch. I broke my left wrist, ruined all of the joints in my left hand, tore up my left shoulder. All of my injuries were pretty much on the left side of my body. And so really, really discouraged and just dejected at that point. Didn't even know if I'd ever be able to work out again. So 4 surgeries later and a little over a year, I was able to get back and start doing some very, very light gym workouts. Nothing heavy, just nothing with the intensity of the workouts that we, are used to doing in P90X and Hammer and Chisel. So that carried on for a few months. And then I was on Facebook, and Perry sent me a message just checking on me. And I have to tell you, I really appreciate that. Through all of my injury time off, Perry never forgot about me. He always periodically would send me a little IM. Hey, how you doing? I know you went down. Tell me how you're doing. How are you doing mentally? He always checked on me. And I really appreciate that. That was very, very, very uplifting for me. And so at about the last time that Perry sent me a message, he was participating in the Hammer and Chisel test group. And I was, about 80 to 90% done with my recovery, and really wanted to try something. But I was very, very afraid to go out and invest in a workout program like Hammer and Chisel. Not really sure I could do the program. I was very apprehensive because after my motorcycle accident, almost every workout, even now with Hammer and Chisel, I have to modify. I can do pull-ups now, finally. I can go back to doing pull-ups. My wrist allows me to do that, even though I've lost significant motion in my left wrist. So everything like a burpee, I have to use push-up stands. If it's anything on the floor, I cannot just get on the floor and do a regular push-up. I can if I have push-up stands, but without those stands, I'm dead in the water. And so I modify and I use the stands throughout every workout. And so I looked at Hammer and Chisel, and I was just, almost like a newborn baby. I said, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. And so Perry said, hey, They've got challenge packs with Hammer and Chisel. We've got a separate group that we're going to set up just for Hammer and Chisel. If you want to give it a try, go ahead. And I thought about it, and I said, no, I'm going for this. So I went ahead, purchased the challenge pack, purchased the program, which included the Shakeology, which I drink every day. Even today, I drink it every day. And I just started working. I set a date, and my date was December 21. And that's when I started Hammer and Chisel on the 21st of December. And we just finished up around the 15th or 16th of February. And I'm just pleased with the results. I'm pleased with the program. I'm just pleased with Beachbody for getting me back in the shape that I was in when I was working out with P90X. So I really am a big proponent of all of the products. And so I'm happy right now because I've returned back to that shape. So now I'm doing another program, the Body Beast program. And once I finish Body Beast, the 90-day program, I'm going right back to Hammer and Chisel. I'm going to do another 60-day program with Hammer and Chisel.
Get ripped and cut and all that stuff. Now, you're no spring chicken either.
No, I'm not. I'm 56. I'll be 57 in the summer. And I started P90X before I was 50 years old. I think I was 48 when I did my first round of P90X. And so I'm just still going at it.
That's fantastic. So what were your results like? I mean, I know you were happy, and I know you got, it's a cut definition in your abs and everything like that. Did you have any stats of any sort?
I did. I lost, believe it or not, in 60 days, I lost almost 10% body fat. Ooh. Because I was up close to 20 again, which is basically where I started before I took on P90X. And so I went back down to right at 9% body fat. And I didn't lose a lot of weight, and losing weight was not my goal. I started at 190, and when I was done with it, I was 183, and that's where I am right now. So it was only a 7 or 8 pound
good, though.
Weight loss. Yeah. So the calculations, if you eat according to what's in the diet guide, the nutritional guide, is perfect.
Yeah, and not everybody in our group was looking to lose weight, and I think, I don't know if that was your goal initially. I think it was just to conquer and see where you could go with it, but it's always nice to be able to fit back in the jeans, or to be able to kind of get back to where you were at, I'm guessing. Did you? So you followed that? Was it the meal plan that kind of really helped dial things in for you?
The meal plan was excellent, but what it was for me is I wanted to rebuild myself from the inside out. And what I mean by that is, I didn't have the endurance. When I started Hammer and Chisel, the first 3 weeks to kill me because I had to keep taking breaks. I did not have the physical stamina to get through that program, but I didn't quit. I just kept pushing play and kept pushing play. And about a month to a month and a half in, I was finally able to quit taking breaks. And that's when I started to feel my best, like I did in P90X. And that's what I don't want to lose even now. That endurance and being able to get through the workouts and feel good every day is what I want.
Well, any other thing to share, or maybe is there any other thing that you kind of learned that was a big discovery for you in the program?
No, but I'll tell you what really helped was you guys and the challenge group itself.
Okay. That
was amazing to be able to have that support, to say, hey, go ahead and work hard, even if you don't feel like it, because all of us, we have different goals, but we have sort of the same goal. We want to maximize our results from the workout and from the nutritional guide. And so that support was always there with you guys and my wife pushing me to eat right and pushing me to do the last rep of the last set really is a big plus for me, and it helped out a lot.
So anybody out there that's maybe considering doing this program, what would you say to them? Assuming that they have a foundation of fitness first and they're thinking, should I try that or not? What would you say to them?
When you look at it, you have to think about it. Everyone looks at things very practically now. And I would say do it because the investment pays for itself tenfold. So if you're thinking about not doing it if you're on the fence because of it's purely an investment issue, go ahead and do it. if you have a level of fitness and you're looking for something to take you over the top, then you need to do it, because that program will do it. The duration is short. It's only 8 weeks. Workouts are typically no more than 40 minutes. And so you can squeeze that kind of time out of a day, especially if you already have a level of fitness, because if you have a level of fitness, you already know roughly what it takes to get it done.
That's very cool. And I think I've talked to a few other people. We considered it kind of a shape-shifting type of program where you can be a certain way and then it kind of reproportions your body in the physique you really want.
And I think I'm glad you said that. I think it's also important to let the mirror be your judge more so than the scale to be your judge. Because of that. If you're happy with what you see in the mirror, you should pay less attention to the scale and more attention to what you see in the mirror.
Yeah, we tried to give a hammer out to everybody in our group to take to their scale. It was like, get rid of the scale, but I know a lot of people think that's an indicator. So, David, thank you so much for sharing your story, and I can't wait I know a lot of people will be impacted, and really for somebody that's overcome some injuries, that had to modify, that is no spring chicken, and set aside the excuses and to have the results that you've done, and now to catapult to the next thing that you're back on track, dude. And it's so awesome to have you here. So thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
You're more than welcome, and thank you for having me.
Wow. That was pretty incredible what David was able to do. The results are off the charts. I mean, getting fitter and healthier. And I know he went through a tough period there, but man, what a great story, great results, and he's going to continue. That's totally awesome. Should inspire all of us, right? So if you want to be a part of our group, you can message me or comment below or reply or get over on Facebook, and let's chat about your goals and what you want to accomplish. And you don't even have to start with Hammer and Chisel. You can start with another program, something that's right for you, for your goals and your needs. Remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.